What's up, you guys? Hello, everyone. I'm Jamaica. Yes, coloring your life in a good way. Yeah, it's spring. It's springtime in Norway. And when it's spring, then it's about the flowers are blooming, when they're coming soon. The trees doesn't have leaves in the winter. They can have baby leaves soon. But there is something that I wanted to share. Do you guys familiar for a pollen allergy, or the other name is hay fever? In Philippines, this is not that very common. I don't think so it's common in my own country. But here in this country, when it's springtime, then a lot of people, or most of the people, suffering from pollen allergy. And that is because of the immune system. When a certain person is having an allergy for a certain type of for example, a flower or a tree or a grass, then their immune system couldn't handle it, couldn't tackle it. So that's why most of the people here having that kind of allergy. Pollen allergy is a type of allergy that you could get it from, for example, a tree, the very common tree. I'm only gonna use two types of things that are most common that people get a pollen allergy here, and that is the birch tree and also a grass. Birch tree often comes already in, or they already come or show up during springtime. Flowers as well, but in the summertime it's the grass. Well, I couldn't really think of something that why on earth pollen allergy is a big deal. I always heard about it when I moved here in Scandinavia. When I came to Norway in year 2007, I heard about it and I didn't really think about it because it is a pollen allergy. What's that? Is that serious allergy? And I didn't think of it. And then when I moved to Sweden, there I noticed that, yeah, pollen allergy is real. Pollen allergy here is not just a type of a not serious allergy thing, but it's really kind of serious allergy, because you're gonna need some antihistamine for this, and mostly the symptoms that you're gonna get is like similar to a person that has a cold. Like you're coughing, you're sneezing, it's itching your nose, you can't sleep during the night, you have mucus, and it's like similar to having a flu, but it's not really a flu. But that is the cause of the pollen that's being spread through air, and that goes into your lungs because they're small and light, and that's so easy that it goes into your lungs, but through your nose and mouth. And that's why when they're being inside of your body, then and if that certain person is having of that type of immune system that couldn't really survive quickly. So that's if you have like a very weak immune system, then it's so easy for you as well to get that kind of pollen allergy. I'm lucky because I don't have it, but I know people who are from Philippines who have this allergy, and that person is really suffering when springtime differs from a person to person. So it's not all of the people who got a pollen allergy that they have the same situation that they could experience. Here it's kind of normal that people got pollen allergy because it's part of a thing here in some ways, since they have springtime and summertime that is quite different from we have in Philippines. We have a lot of trees in Philippines. We have a lot of grass in the Philippines. We always got, they die as well and then they grow up again. Yes, but it's not the same thing, because it's only a certain type of trees and certain type of grass that could really hit you and cause you a pollen allergy. And those type of trees, you could only find them from this country or those other countries who have 4 seasons, who have spring season and summer season that is quite different from the tropical summer season. It's not really the same. And these trees, that the very common tree, that's as what I said, it's birch tree. It's a birch tree. You could try research the word birch tree so you know how it looks like. And also, and that is during springtime. And also some flowers, and because some people they got pollen allergy from flowers, and it's like some people they got every type of those newly blooming flowers or trees or grass. And also during summer it's the grass, and those are like, it's like a ryegrass or type of weeds. They are really serious allergy if unluckily you got it. So you could always consult or try to have a checkup into your doctor if you got this kind of symptoms, like you're coughing, you get headache, you can't sleep, you get mucus, and then sneezing. So these things are like, seems like you're just having a flu, but you'll never know. So you could always consult your doctor and tell them the symptoms, because they could do some blood test to you if against allergies, just to figure it out if you have that kind of allergy or not. They do that here in Norway, and for sure other countries could do that one as well. So if you are living in those countries like having springtime season, and if you have those kind of symptoms, then be aware on that, because it's quite heavy. It is really a serious thing. It's like annoying thing that you will experience during that season, spring season. And the thing that you should remember is that at least you could avoid it. It's like that. If it's more rain, no, if it's so dry and it's so sunny and even blowing through the wind, then that would be the time that is quite heavy. Then the pollen is everywhere, and there's spread into the air, and that's why it's easily for us to, that we could breathe it in into our nose or mouth, and that's how it starts. and so they are it's small particles, so they're so small and light, and that's why it's not so strange if for example you have those kind of symptoms. So oh, why? And if you're coming from a country like me, from Philippines, who don't have, we don't, it's not so common in our country, in Philippines, that, and then suddenly you get this kind of symptoms, and you are living in a certain country who has spring season, and you experience those symptoms, like as I said, coughing, you get mucus, you get a headache, you have inflammation, and you couldn't sleep well during the night, and you might consult your doctor right away. Yes, it's kind of important. So you get some kind of a medicine, antihistamine, that could help to minimize what you feel, so you could breathe, at least you could sleep well during the night. Yes, be aware to not be in a place, or not going into the woods that has a lot of this kind of, like for example the birch tree, or like if like summer season, don't try to be in, like having sunbathing in the grass, because then it's so easy that you could experience something, those kind of symptoms. Well, only if you experience those kind of symptoms then, because as what I experienced here from my friend and from my family, they really avoid going to woods. And if it's like you are in a certain area or a certain place where you live, that it's just sun and it's no rain at all, then that would be the worst scenario of your life, that you could experience those really bad symptoms. Then the pollen allergy is everywhere. They are everywhere. And if it's raining, then it helps a lot when the pollen is being washed away through the rain before it reaches out to you. So it's kind of important that you could check out or check your health when you got those kind of symptoms during springtime, if you are visiting in a certain country in springtime, because you never know. I remember way back in Sweden, I lived there for 6 years, and I know someone there. He is Swedish, and he did not got it until he was 56. He's not 56 years old anymore, and so that's why anyone could have it, and anyone could experience that one. I hope sharing about pollen allergy could make you aware and be conscious. It's not just an easy allergy. It could really annoy you so much, and you could really suffer that one the whole spring, the whole summer. And so it needs to have some kind of a medication. It could be antihistamine, a spray, or in a tablet. So consult a doctor. Just like for example, it's a different type of pollen, and I have, if you can see, I have my plant here. This is a flower, and inside of this there is a pollen inside, and it's a little bit itchy in my nose. So pollen is not just a pollen. They could really be they could really cause a really serious problem in your health. So be aware of that and take care of your health. Do not pretend that you are just okay. If you feel you're having those kind of symptoms, as what I said, coughing, sneezing, itchy in your nose, runny nose, you get mucus, you get some kind of inflammation, and you get this strange feeling like having like it's so heavy that you cannot breathe, then consult your doctor right away so you know what are you having in your body. Okay, thank you very much guys for watching my video today. I hope that this video would help you to remind you that pollen allergy exists.